First off, it's fucking sick out right now. It's ridiculous. The wind is basically non-existent. It is sheet glass in this badass marina, by the way, which a feat in itself, okay? This story of Walker's is actually now really fucking cool. Here's the deal. Because Walker's is a legendary place for anyone that knows anything about pelagic fishing, fly fishing, spearfishing, treasure hunting. I mean, we're talking about this tiny little island, far north as you can go in the chain of the Bahamas. Spectacular to see Carl's passion for it, to see what he's doing with the place, to see him continue on a legacy that is so important. His vision and what he's doing here is freaking incredible. It's spectacular, to be honest. Everyone says the same thing about Walker's. Everything's bigger, the bottom's better, there's more sharks. I mean, for me, this is like legendary. I always tell people that are into freedive spearfishing that have not experienced the Bahamas that there's nothing like it. When you see a fish from the surface, a lot of times they've already seen you, and you have to kind of get into that fish's head to figure out how you're gonna close the deal. So it's a really unique style of diving that nowhere else in the world compares to. It's really, really cool.
Pretty people shoot pretty fish. Holy shit. Look at that thing.
Dude, primitive hunting at its best right there. Look at that. Dude, look at those choppers. We got better fish pictures than Don.
That's for sure. That's what pisses him off. Look at those chompers, dude.
Eaters, my boy.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, that's the shit right there.
Dude, Wiley dove into a cave. I'm just watching him. And I'm like, he'll point it out if something comes up. He comes up, not pointing anything out, and that thing followed him out. Like, he spooked it out. So I dive in, it dives back in, find it, shoot it, fighting it like motherfucker. And I'm like, I'm about out. Yeah. And he comes, camera in hand, grabs the fucking pole, pulls it up for me. So it's really a Wiley fish.
No, it's team effort. I just have a vision of like looking over the reef. You know how there's all the cracks and you just see like eaters in the hole, like cracks going through, getting pulled by a fish. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. If this thing hits a world record, though, I'm definitely gonna check for lead weights because you know Eater's up here like
exactly
like those walleye guys just stuffing weights.
4 dive weights in the thing, skull it. Yeah, you know, actually, Eater is a 3-time world record holder because he weighed the fish 3 times.
A lot of times especially here, you shoot a fish and it ends up going up in a hole, and there's a lot of teamwork involved. You might spend a long time trying to get it out. You're wedged ankle deep in this little crack on the bottom of the reef, and your legs are sticking out. You know there's sharks swimming above the hole because they hear the commotion, they see all the sediment coming out of the hole, and you're kind of waiting for one of them to bite your leg off, but you're so focused on trying to get that fish out of there.
The wedged and flared and up and down. I'm looking at you guys, your fins are entirely gone. I'm like, wow.
I think when you first hit him, he wasn't as deep, and then he went
wasn't,
deep.
and I didn't even know there was much beyond that. It almost looked like a wall. The light is huge.
Yeah.
Because I saw the body, so I was like, okay, I made a good shot. but I didn't know what was up in there, and you know, it looked like it was just like sort of a little cavern, and I had nothing there. But once you went up and over that lip, it was like, oh crap.
And then you gotta like get both gills closed and the fins.
And the right wedge, right? You had to spin them this way to get through the crack.
The right
and
way.
Yeah, it was nothing depth-wise, but it took us 45 minutes to get them out.
Listen, it's my first time at Walker's actually, but I grew up sort of watching, you know, the Walker's Key Chronicles and, you know, all the stuff as it related to the fly fishing. I grew up hearing about it, seeing it, watching it, but it's actually my first time, and it's going to become a regular spot. All of the Bahamas is absolutely spectacular, but, you know, this area where it's so desolate, not a lot of, you know, overpopulation, spectacular water, you can see it just flying in. It's just incredible. For me, I hadn't picked up a saltwater fly rod in a while. I gave it a 20 count to sink because I was like, it's just deeper.
Nice job, buddy.
They were closer to the surface than they were.
There we go.
That's what we're here for, boys and girls. He's a little feistier at the boat than the other guy, you know?
It's a Tuesday. How's your work day going?
Pretty awesome. Managed to do 2 or 3 things on the phone today, so I feel like I was rather productive. Not doing anything, but wouldn't trade it for the world.
So this is Rosie's here over at Little Grand. This is really the only little marina. Flanagan's houseboat is here. Rosie's was a staple for everybody coming up here while Walker's was dormant until Mr. A brought it back, and so we're real close with everybody on the island, and it's another good place to come.
I grew up hearing about it, seeing it, watching it, but it's actually my first time, and I mean, it's got everything. Deep sea, spearing, you know, just dropping for muttons literally as we speak. It's gonna become a regular spot, very regular spot. Carl's been a friend for a while. Started off sort of in the world of politics just as a sort of believer in sort of the America First movement. But ever since then, just, you know, became more friendly, realized we had a lot more in common with the outdoors and everything that he's doing, and really a modern day adventurer doing some incredible stuff. So, you know, the other thing we got to come back and do is some of the treasure hunting that he's been doing, because that just looks absolutely insane and just a part of the adventure lifestyle that I've never done yet.
The passion that Carl has in this place and what he's doing here, and his vision and passion for reinvigorating Walker's Cay and bringing it back to where it needs to be, because it is a legendary place. Certainly a sportsman's paradise, that's for damn sure.